Okay, and then you should get the square root of 9, which is 3. Okay, so at this point, you're going to pause the video again, and you're going to try the following questions on your own. Okay, so at this point, I want you to check, see how you did, and verify your answers. Okay, the next example wants us to talk about what Min did. So Min solved the following equations, explain in words what she did to get each line of her solution. So she has the equation 15 minus 5x is equal to 10. And so we want to look at, well, how did Min go from here to here? So we can see that Min simply rearranged the minus 5x and the 15. So we can say that Min rearranged the terms minus 5x and 15. Now we need to think about how did Min get from this step to this step. So I can see that Min still has minus 5x from here to here, but now instead of the plus 15 and the 10, we have minus 5. So we need to consider, well, what did Min do? So Min likely would have to get rid of the 15. So we would subtract 15 from this side. If I'm going to subtract 15 from here, we also need to subtract 15 from here. So if I do 10 minus 15, we see that Min got minus 5. And while Min didn't show all of her steps, we're simply asked to explain each line of her solution. So we can say that Min subtracted 15 from both sides to get minus 5x equals minus 5. Okay, so Min had to do that from both sides. Now we need to look at Min went from minus 5x equals minus 5 to x equals 1. So in the end, we want to know about 1x. So if we divided both sides by minus 5, we can see that we can get x is equal to 1. So Min divided both sides by minus 5 to get x equals 1. Okay, if we look at the last page, we're looking at an electrician. So an electrician charges $95 to make a service call plus $55 per hour. So we charge is $95 and then $55 per hour. So we want to make an equation where C is the cost and N is the number of hours to hire the electrician. So we can say that C is equal to the initial value plus the rate of change times N, or C is equal to the rate of change times N plus the initial value. We want to know the cost that a service call would take if we were there for 3 hours. So the 3 hours needs to replace the N. So we can say the cost is 95 plus 55 times 3. So I can figure out what 55 times 3 is. So I can say I have 95 plus 165. And then I can add those two values together. And I can get, therefore, the cost would be $260. We're now looking for how long the service call would be if it cost $507.50. So this now replaces the cost. So in the last unit, we looked a lot at subbing in values. Now we're going to look at solving for values as well. So we have $507.50 is equal to 55n plus 95. I have 55 attached to n, so I'm going to get rid of the plus 95 first. 95 is being added, so I'm going to subtract it from the right side, and I'll also subtract it from the left side. When I subtract it from the right side, it becomes 0, so I need to figure out what happens when I subtract it from the left. So I'm going to do 507.50 and subtract 95. And I get $412.50 is equal to 55n. And now I want to divide both sides by 55. And I get 7.5 is equal to n. So how long was the service call? Therefore, it was 7.5 hours long. So we use a sentence to answer the question. Okay, so Amar solved the following equations. So Amar solved this equation and got an answer of 32, and then he solved this equation and got an answer of 1. Take a moment and decide whether you think his answer is correct for both of those equations. Okay, once you've taken a moment to figure out if he's right or wrong for both of these equations, we're going to check and see if he's done it correctly. So this is known as a T-chart. It helps us to verify whether he's right or not. So I'm going to take the left side of the equation and I'm going to put it on the left side of the T-chart. This line represents where the equal sign would be. And so I'm going to put the right side on the right side of the equation. Amar's answer is 32. So that's the answer I want to verify. That is going to take the place of x. So I'm going to put an equal sign, and instead of x now, I'm going to say 32 divided by 4 plus 7. And now I'm going to use BEDMAS. I'm going to divide first. So 32 divided by 4 is 8. And then I'm going to add 7. And 8 plus 7 is equal to 15. The right side is quite easy. It is simply 15. When I get that both sides are equal, it means the equation has been done correctly. So I give a little check mark and I say, therefore, left side equals right side. I want to do the same thing with the other equation. So on the left side of my T-chart, I'm going to put 2x minus 11. Because that's what's on the right side, the left side of my equation. On the right side, I have 13. 13 is quite easy. It just equals 13. Amar said that x was equal to 1. So that's what I'm going to use for the value of x. So I'm going to say this is 2 times 1 minus 11. Again, I'm going to follow BEDMAS. So I'm going to do 2 times 1 first, and then I will subtract 11. So 2 times 1 is 2, minus 11 is equal to minus 9, which means in this case, Amar did not do it correctly, and he should go back and fix his answer. Okay, he needs to go back and check his work. So we would say that left side does not equal right side. When you solve an equation, we always want left side equals right side. It's important to make sure that it works. Okay.